So this here is my wife's new to her 1995 Harley Sportster 1200. We bought this bike because it was really cheap. It was kind of sort of running when we got it. It wasn't rideable because it would only idle. You gave it any throttle, it would just die. So we picked it up and brought it to a buddy of mine's house because I did not have room here in the shop at the time to fool with it. So I went and worked on it over there. We rebuilt the carburetor, put new intake seals on it, and got it to run. Rode it around. It runs good. So I brought it here to finish it up. While I was over there, I found out that one of the head gaskets is leaking. Apparently, the front head gasket had been replaced and not torqued down properly. So we're going to go ahead and remove this tank, get the rocker box off, and retorque it. And also got a new petcock. I'm probably going to go in the carburetor and adjust the float, fuel float, just a little bit. It's leaking some fuel out the bottom of the carburetor, so it just needs a little tweaking on that. And then other than that, it should be ready to go. Let's get to it. Rode it around. It runs good. So I brought it here to finish it up. While I was over there, I found out that one of the head gaskets is leaking. Apparently, the front head gasket had been replaced and not torqued down properly. So we're going to go ahead and remove this tank, get the rocker box off, and retorque it. And also got a new petcock. I'm probably going to go in the carburetor and adjust the float, fuel float, just a little bit. It's leaking some fuel out the bottom of the carburetor, so it just needs a little tweaking on that. And then other than that, it should be ready to go. Let's get to it. We're going to get this air filter out the way since I do have to pull the carburetor off anyway to reset the float. These are captured bolts. These 5/8, 9/16, 9/16. Here we go. All right, here is our carburetor. I did inspect our gasket here. I did run this through the ultrasonic cleaner. It's got a new slide and diaphragm, also with new gaskets and new accelerator pump diaphragm. So it's been gone through. It runs good, so should be ready to go theoretically. We just need to pop it off and get it out the way so we can. Ooh. I need to. All right. Pull our throttle cables off. Ooh. Accelerator pump works. There we go. Alright, now we can set this out the way. So do that. Alright. This should come off, yes. Yep. 2 pieces. Alright, so now we need to take 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts out. But we need to put this motor at top dead center. So we need to pull our spark plug out. Yay, rain! So tired of the dang rain. We're going to resituate our jack here. Alright, so They did replace this gasket. That's good. I just dropped it on the ground. Nice. So. All right, so now we are to the offending bolts here. We're going to loosen these and retighten them. Uh, uh. All right, so we're going to pop this fuel bowl off the bottom real quick and readjust the float because I think it's set just a little too high. So we're going to bust these screws loose. All right. So the box, the head gasket came because this bike came with a box of parts. It had a head gasket box in it. So we're gonna, and it said to tighten it to 45 foot-pounds. So I'm gonna do it in 2 stages. I'm gonna do 25 and then 45. Should be good enough. I'll do a little crisscross pattern.
So I don't know if you see it, but on this carburetor there's a seam on the float. You want that seam parallel. You want the seam parallel with the sealing surface of the fuel bowl there. So I'm just gonna slowly bend this tab. Which I think that's the ticket there.
That one. This.
So we will reinstall now.
Hmm. All right, that's 25, and let's do 45. All right, so what I did over here was there was a Y for the vacuum line. I teed it up, just put a single splice in here so we can just connect it to our carburetor. Go right.
We'll get it.
All right, that's torqued. All right, now we start torquing stuff down. Foot-pounds on the half-inch head bolts.
we go. That. Ring. Tighten these guys up. There. Right. Back in there. So there. Air filter. Just some more grease. Using a little bit of grease keeps the gasket from sliding around while you're trying to get it situated. Right. That.
All right, so we're back working on the Sportster. So I got the head torque back down and the rocker box cover back on. My and now we're going to tackle some of the lighting. Sorry if it's a little noisy in here. I got the fans running, it's hot. But I went ahead and put the tail light bulb in, so let's see if that works. Got a brake light bulb. I don't know why we don't. Actually, something's up with this socket, so let's see if we can get this guy off. Easier, I guess. I don't know. Who knows? All right, let's see. You gotta do it. Yeah, it's a little too high, so we'll bend it a little bit. All right, so as you can see, somebody's tried to rig this together, and it obviously is just taped together. So we're gonna get all this off of here and splice it. All right, there we go. All right, so we got our connections soldered together. I just use these little solder joints, slip the two wires in and heat it up, and it solders together. So let this cool off, and then we'll get it back on the bike. Put our vacuum line on. All right. Pass the choke lever through there. There we go. There. So after sleeping on it, literally, I decided I'm not going to change the gaskets on the primary or cam cover because I'm not trying to get into that headache right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and change the fluids, and we'll ride it as is, and then over the winter. So there's just a little tube here that actually hose clamps to the frame. It's just a dead end. You remove that to drain the oil bag, and then there's a It's cheaper to buy 20 O-rings than it was to buy a single one, so anybody needs a O-ring,
Alright, so I went ahead and swapped out our fuel petcock. Got it situated. Just snug up these.
So the tail light bulb was missing, and then the two turn signal lights are missing. So I'm gonna put those in, make sure that's functioning. And then all that we should have left to do is I have new gaskets for the primary cover and the cam cover. I'm going to swap those and then do a fluid change on this bike and then give it a bath, and it should be ready to rip. While I'm in here, I think I'm gonna pull this
All right, so
full
I got
pressure
the
sensor out
the
and
light out.
reseal the threads on this.
Somebody's been in here, and looks to me like to take some of these connections back together, which isn't right. So we're gonna fix it the right way. I'm gonna unfish this wire from the connector, which is right here. We'll unplug this, fish it through, and then we'll fix it the proper way. So let me get it out, and then we'll go from there. All right, so I have some of these, which are a kind of like a solder together, weatherproof connection. So I'm gonna use a couple of these and get these out. Jeez Louise. Talk about a pain in the butt. All right, so we got the turn signals working. As you can see, that one's flashing. Got a flasher over there.